What's up, my dudes? It's my first video on YouTube in 5 years. The only other video I've ever posted was a video of Ryan, one of my roommates, dropping a pizza into the oven he was cooking in. But with that being said, me and Kim just moved into a house. We've been here since December, and it's the first time we've lived in a house instead of an apartment. With that being said, we are doing some gardening. So I'm starting this YouTube channel to just show my journey in gardening, show my struggles, my failures, my successes, and to encourage other people to go out and grow their own food. Stop giving your money to grocery stores. Stop ingesting food that you don't know what it's been through, and grow your own. Anyway, that's enough of that rant. We could get off into politics and foods and all that good stuff forever. I just want to dedicate this channel to growing food and gardening and my experiences in doing so. With that being said, we inherited a place with a lot of spices already growing. Not only spices growing, but also some pretty flowers growing. So as spring started cracking up and warming up and things started turning green, because, you know, we moved here in December, so like it was completely dead when we moved here. As they have started growing, I've caught it. Green thumb fever. Started growing all my own stuff. And when I say all my own stuff is I started growing things. None of it's produced yet, because it's just May. Late if you're getting started, but still a lot of time to go. So this is our spice garden I'm about to show off. Some of these things I don't know what are. Some of these things are great tasting, and yeah. Anyway, so this guy here, none of these guys did I start. I have trimmed them back, and probably poorly, because I'm learning on the fly. With that being said, I got some lemon thyme over here. I got some sage right here, which is great. Sage, if you take a bite of it, it tastes like stuffing. It tastes better than any stuffing that you've ever had. Let's see. I got this guy over here. This is our lemon balm, which is, like I said, I cut back. Got some rosemary. This might have been lemon balm. That might have been basil. I'm not sure. Still figuring it out. They're not poisonous, though. I've ingested both. Got this guy going. Not quite sure what he is, but he's not a weed. He's a little yellow on the end, so he needs more water. So I'm trying to get better into watering and making that a habit. What? Some kind of water fun going on in the park next door. But that's not what this channel's for. We got these guys, I think. I forget what that is. But these seeds right here, you don't see those seeds in the store. That's something you don't get to taste unless you plant your own garden. And let me tell you, I forget what this plant is. It goes to seed every other year. So you got to save some seeds the second year to replant it. Otherwise your plant's gone. At least that's what I've been told. Don't know the truth behind that. But this little guy right there, it's tasty. Yep. Don't use any chemicals, so I can go out and just pick plants up and put them in my mouth. Oh yeah, we inherited these guys. All these wildflowers. Don't know what it is. Beautiful. Horrible hatchet job on our lavender that should look like that. I did that. I thought they would rebloom, but I'm wrong. I'm learning a lot as I go, and it's okay if you do too. You're gonna fail. I'm gonna fail. Even industrial farms fail at points, but you know what? You keep going. Got these pretty yellow flowers. So these flowers are really pretty, but then they like, I don't know. I'm not a botanist. I just enjoy looking at things. So with help of the in-laws, we got these garden boxes, which I transplanted bell peppers in. If you look, let's see, there's a tag. This is what we're growing here. Bonnie green bell, sweet peppers. I'm impressed with that box. Whoa, sorry, uneven ground, almost rolled my ankle. I'm not impressed with this box. Literally the same size, transplanted the same day. The only difference is the size. You see how tiny those guys are? And how tall those guys are? Literally the only difference is the size and the mulch. So I don't understand the science behind things, but I'm going to tell you my experience. This guy right here with the small plants, I covered instantly with dead grass that I'd cut, which I heard was good mulch via my interweb connections. Yeah, they're not looking so good. These guys, however, so the first thing I learned about gardening, covering your dirt is just etiquette. It keeps the plants looking fresh and clean. It keeps parasites. It does a lot of good things. That being said, this is some cypress mulch that I got from some big box store. I just put it in today. My dirt's been naked in that planter until 2 hours ago, and those plants are looking good. So I'm listening to things that I learn on that I hear on the internet, but also adjusting as I go along. And if you're growing, you should too. So our neighbor, she saw that I was growing food and thought I wanted to grow pretty plants. I don't. I only want to grow food and keep the pretty plants alive that we inherited. But with that being said, she brought us an elephant ear bulb. It's growing. It was dead. Apparently my thumb is green. I keep going. So I'm gonna walk back to the backyard. That's where I started the video. And so I've had different evolutions in my gardening stage. In-ground has not worked for me. But I keep trying, I keep plucking away. I keep coming out here every day, watering my plants. Hopefully it pays off. If not, it's still cheaper than therapy. Anyway, so probably the middle stage of my stuff, I planted these guys. So you can see a couple leaves. They're cucumbers. They're not doing great. There was a third one. Rip. Anyway, not proud of that. Still nurturing them. Still doing what I can to give them the best chance they can to feed me. Let's see. Hi there. Bought some lettuce. We got 5 going in this little thing. So the recommendations is to give them a lot more room. We'll talk about that later. I still haven't found out where I fall on that spectrum. Obviously, they're growing in much less room than they need, but I have a strong feeling they're not going to be as productive growing so close. So while you can shove more into a small box, I feel like you get less out of that small box. So more pretty stuff we inherited, me and Kim. So we got our hostas, we got some kind of, I think they're bearded lilies. They're all dead though, because as soon as, like, they flowered and then they got cold and they're like, I'm done. But anyway, that's more inheritance that we got from our previous owner. Thank you, Komatsu's. And back to, so I'm about to show you my first stage. I'm actually really ashamed that it looks so bad. Not only because it's partly a lack of my uptake, but also, why in the world did I think that it was going to work so good? So, like I said, all the mulch you see today, minus the bed of grass you already saw, has just been put down Sunday, and today's Tuesday, so it's only been a couple days. But, as you can see, I did in-ground planting. I just killed the grass. I weeded it down to dirt and dug out some holes, put some potting soil in it, and put some starters from big box stores. So So as you can see, that area that's dead with no mulch, rip to my watermelons. They're done. They dead. They do not like in-ground planting. However, my peppers are doing okay. As you can see by okay, I mean they're still fighting the good fight on the bugs, but they're still green and still growing. Everything from, I got sweet bananas. That guy I hit with a weed eater, so that's my fault. That's a sweet banana. These guys are all different varieties of bell pepper. Bell peppers are good. We use them a lot. The whole goal of this is to lower our grocery bill and stop ingesting foods that we don't know where it's been. And so we're on month 3 of that gardening journey. Got some red ghost peppers. Those guys are more for giving to people just to, I don't know. What guy out there? I don't know. Maybe there's ladies out there. Maybe there's people that I don't know how you identify. But I know, speaking, I'm a guy. What guy doesn't want to challenge himself with a hot pepper? Just saying. Dudes, you know what we like. But anyway. Now, what I'm about to show you is the thing I'm most proud of. And the thing that's costing us money. And the thing that I've put probably the least amount of work into because it's only 2 days old. But Sunday when I went out and got the mulch, I also built a couple raised beds. Yeah. So they're 7 by 14. I think that I should have made them deeper. I don't think they're going to have enough dirt, but I think they're going to suffice for this year. I think next year I'm just going to add a taller board to the outside and fill up with more dirt. Get rid of the mulch, fill up with more dirt, so that the roots can get deeper and more stable. That being said, I'm really proud of multiple things in here. I'll save my most proud moment for last. But anyway, so moving on to raised bed number 2, we're conserving some of the space so that while these summer and spring things are still blossoming and producing fruit, we can start a winter garden or a fall garden. So that's why this bed looks a little bit more empty than the bed that I'll show you later. Plan your stages out, plan your seasons. There's 12 months in a year. There's no reason to only grow during 4 of the months. With that being said, I got some butternut squash, and it's transplanted from a big box store 2 days ago. So I can't take credit for how good it looks today, but I'm gonna baby these babies. I'm gonna baby them, I'm gonna take care of them. I may even make my wife a little bit jealous. You wanna say hi? But anyway, so on to the next one. Got some cantaloupes going. Everything I'm showing you right now came from a big box store. And I just transplanted them. I am taking care of them and trying to baby them and make them grow and nourish our bodies. Got some red ghost peppers. Got some Tabasco peppers. These are more practical hot peppers that I'm going to try to use often in my recipes. Then I got some shishito peppers. Kim doesn't like hot things, so I can't just grow all hot things. I got to think about the whole family, not just myself. Got this guy who's a Sun Sugar cherry tomato. These are your classic cherry tomatoes over here. Got 2 strawberry plants going on, some of which are already producing flowers, little baby strawberries. So, oh yeah, watermelon. The watermelon in the ground, Rick, the watermelon and the planter, it's only been in here 2 days and it's already growing more leaves than it had. So I've already seen more production out of my planters than I have out of the ground. And that's true even with the peppers. If you look back at the video, like the peppers that I showed you, the ones that are in the ground, are pretty puny compared to the one that has grown the best in the planters on the front. So these are my babies that I'm about to show you. I started out with seeds. I germinated them in a wet paper towel and a Ziploc bag for a few days. And I put them in planters, let the roots get strong. And now I got 3 little cucumber plants growing in my planters. They're growing pretty fast. For comparison, I also planted 3 zucchinis that I germinated at the same time as the cucumber plants. They are much smaller, but they're still green. They're still growing. There's still hope that we can have a harvest from them. So yeah. My tomatoes that I bought, they work much better in ground than peppers. If you're growing tomatoes, they seem to be a pretty versatile plant. Like I said, still learning, but I got this guy who's starting to put off flowers. This is just a normal Roma tomato plant. They're everywhere. I also got this little baby. Rip. I had a weed eating accident, and I'll just leave it at that. But he's growing leaves back. He's resilient. He wants to feed us. It's what they want to do. Plants want to grow. Plants want to grow. They're going to grow. If your plants are dying, it's not all your fault. You just need to spend more time learning a little bit more, finding out about soils, finding out about nutrients. Google it. Join a group on Facebook. There's a lot of people out here that do this that have been doing it for a really long time. I'm learning everything that I've learned from these folks. Got some Early Girl hybrid tomatoes. They're both going pretty well. If you look at them, one of them's producing flowers already. The other one, still waiting. But yeah, once again, we're doing this free of, we're trying to be as organic as we can. Free of pesticides, free of herbicides, all that good stuff. And hopefully I can edit this video to the last video I was filming. But the last stop on our garden tour is Mr. Zucchini Squash. I got 2 of them going. Once again, these were some of the first things I've done. I've done them in ground. I've had semi-success with tomatoes, zucchini, and peppers in ground. I've had 0 success with watermelons in ground. If you're growing watermelons, do some research. I obviously need to do more research because mine aren't doing so great. But with that being said, I'm going to say goodbye tonight. I hope you enjoy this channel. I hope you enjoy my journey. I hope that you join me on my journey. Start growing your own foods. You can do it. It's possible. Just get started. Anyway, I'm going to get off here. From my family to yours, I hope you have a wonderful evening. Hope you have a good time. I hope you go out and grow some stuff. You guys are awesome. Peace.